Welcome in, everybody, to race number 4 here of the Midnight Racing League tonight at Michigan. A little bit of a different sort of track, kind of similar to Auto Club we had a couple weeks back, but this week it's going to be probably a little bit looser for these boys out here. Michigan has its own little technical challenges as a 2-mile racetrack, and we're going to be very excited to see those here tonight. So let me go ahead and pull up this starting grid for you. We got a lot of drivers here tonight, too. We got 42 of them ready to do battle here at Michigan. We got Colt Ward on pole with Kevin Smith to his outside. Very common kind of placement for those two drivers so far this year. Corey Wright, third. Fortson Poston, a new name, will be starting in fourth. Brent Garber, fifth. Justin Mellicar in sixth. Seth Heyman, seventh. Kelly Pointer, another new name, will be eighth. Dylan Connolly, ninth. And Shane Haar will be starting in 10th. 11th will be Brendan Reed. Matt Albert, 12th. 13th will be Kevin Allen. Tyler J. Stevenson, 14th. Richard McMillian, 15th. Charlie Morgan, 16th. Gordon Glidewell, 17th. J.D. Rashid, 18th. Courtney Hubbard, 19th. Nicholas Bass, 20th. Then we have Clint Mata, 21st. Aaron Stanton, 22nd. Tyler Henry, 23rd. Reginald Harris, 24th. 25th will be Elijah Fisher. John Border, 26th. Wayne Eastwood, 27th. Connor Murphy, 28th. Robert Wilhoit in 29th. Nick Aloysia, 30th. Ricky Henderson, 31st. Brian Hennings, 32nd. Juan Cobbs Jr., 33rd. Diego Burriel, 34th. Jesse Dawson, 35th. Frank Chavez, in 36th. 37th will be Corey Jones. Mark Person, 38th. Braden Powers, 39th. Rudolph Tancredi in 40th. Jeremy Rafson, 41st. Kevin Winker, 42nd. And Connor Leach, 43rd. Now, I know I said 42 drivers, and that's true. Connor Leach, there was a development after the finish of last week's race. Connor Leach was found to have intent wrecked on lap 3 last week and was therefore got his win taken away and then banned for this week's race here at Michigan. So he's actually not in the field tonight. He's spotting for the other members of Mellicar Motorsports, Colton Ward, Mellicar, a couple others. So all that said, Trev's up here in the booth with me, of course, as always. There is another race going on right now. The NASCAR Xfinity Series still has 17 laps to go at Atlanta. I do have that pulled up on my other monitor, so should anything significant happen there, I'm sure I'll be screaming about it. Over the rest of this race. And then, you probably hear that in the background. That's my cat, my roommate's cat, that is also deciding he wants to be yelling and screaming as a part of the action also. So, yeah, there we go, Trev. What are we going to see here tonight other than this hectic beginning?
We're going to see a lot of cuts to commercial breaks because I'm also going to be watching the Xfinity race here with you. But hopefully see a lot of green flag running, and we're going to see these guys here come out of 4 and come to the start-finish line.
Yeah, here we go. Green flag's already in the air. We are racing here at Michigan. Coming to complete lap number 1 already. We got a yellow flag in the air. And I'm not really a big fan of that, Trev, because that means I got to pull this over and hide the Xfinity race so I can go back and catch a replay of what just happened here. But we'll take a quick look at it. I saw a car in the wall. I don't know why a yellow flag came out, though. We're going to have to probably try and just find this.
It's true midnight racing fashion. There's always an early caution. We've been trending that here, and so there it is.
Right there, Harris, and there's the 24. I'm trying to see who that is. Excuse me. That is a 24 car, wasn't it?
I think so.
24 truck, I should say. Let me... Or... There... What
24, yeah, 24 truck.
Oh, I have a 24 truck in here, so... Well, hold on. I don't know. We can solve this. 1 second. Eastwood. Wayne Eastwood. That's who it is. 104. Him and Reginald Harris going to get into it. It's going to spin him right up into the wall. And he's going to blink out. But there it is. And he's still blinking out. All right, we're back now. There we go. And there's been... forgive me. I warned y'all. I'm definitely looking over here, too. There has been a yellow flag in the Xfinity Series. Now, okay, should we preface this, Trev, like before we start screaming and saying names and stuff, like spoiler alert for that race? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like massive spoiler alert because there's going to be names slipped out. If you don't want to know what happens, don't want to know who is up front, leading, whatever, just ignore that. But caution flag there, 11 to go. Back to this, as Trev just said, very early caution. We usually end up having that. It seems like here in the Midnight League, and sometimes that can mean it's going to be a pretty chaotic, caution-filled race. And then, as we learned at Auto Club, which again was the other 2-mile racetrack we go to, then it meant we had one caution very quickly, and the rest of the race was green. So you never really know what you're going to get here, and it's going to be fun to see. Really, these two, Colton Ward, Kevin Smith, do battle once again. They are always just at the front of these things, and it usually comes down to them, and probably, Connor Leach also being another name in there. Unfortunately, can't race here tonight, but it's still going to be kind of this show up here. And then you got Corey Wright, who really he got the pole last week at Phoenix, did a great job there. Currently sitting in third. And then a new name up here, Fortson Podson. That's a new name, at least to this series. That's someone you will see what he can do. Then there's Brent Garber, who's had some pretty good runs so far this season. Very kind of consistent for Garber. Shane Haar, also someone that we need to be watching out for. And then behind that, Heyman, Stevenson, and then Albert, who had an amazing run and is technically the winner of last week's race with the DQ that Connor Leach got. So he's already a winner this season. That's great for him. Currently sitting in 9th position. And they've doubled them back up. We're going to try and do it again. The thing with Michigan, it's an extremely loose racetrack when it comes to the trucks, and especially later into the run, and if it's hot, obviously. Let's take a look at track temp. Track temp's only 78, but at the same time, it's going to be quite loose for these guys. I think me and Trev learned that ourselves running C Open a few weeks back.
Yeah, look for these guys to have a long run here. Hopefully try to get it going green, and we'll see who the big names are now. Right now, like I said, the two guys, the Pied Pipers of the race, the series so far, Colton Ward and Kevin Smith up front, and they're probably, I would assume, are going to be the guys to meet. Little run-in with Kevin Smith here. We ran actually a B Open with him, and dog walked him down at Atlanta. I'm just kidding. We didn't do that, but he definitely met him in a race here once or twice there in the B Open. So I'd like to see him do pretty good here at all different types of tracks. So rocking the old Captain Crunch, can't be mad at him for that. So we see these guys here. Take it away, Landon.
Yep, the two Pied Pipers we've seen at the front of these fields this whole season, and Colton Ward this time, the roles have kind of changed. Usually we see Kevin Smith being the one to jump out to an early lead. Well, this time it's Ward, and Smith's the one that's having to follow, but now he's being challenged by Corey Wright, Brent Garber, and Fortson Podson. All these guys outside, inside the top 5, the back half of it, that are now doing battle at the front of this field, trying to sort themselves out and maybe get a green flag run in here.
Yeah, we always know at the start of these races, tires are going to be a big deal. So watch for some of these guys try to save a little bit. Because of course, as we get on a long run, the tires will start to wear. Very right rear. Oh. Well, I don't remember. Was it a right rear dominant track or was it a right front dominant track? Either which way, tires are going to make a big deal out here. It's 79 track temp, so it's not too hot out here. But of course, as the long run goes, trucks will start to dwindle out, start to get single file, but they're racing right now, boys, going into one, almost 3 wide, 3 rows back.
Yeah, they are, and they're really, I mean, this looks like the Atlanta race right now, or some sort of super speedway race. They're real, and really it is. This is a very drafting sort of track. Down the long straightaways, front and back, it's a momentum sort of racetrack, similar to how Pocono was in the official races last weekend in real life NASCAR. And especially in the trucks, too. They're obviously kind of like bricks, basically, when it comes to aerodynamics. They're not the most sleek things on the planet or the best made things for that. But that's what creates this sort of thing you see here. They get packed up, they get tight together, and it creates this sort of racing. And they are still going at it at the front of this thing. I'm kind of surprised by what I'm seeing right now for these leaders, but they're just trying to get everything they can get, really, at the beginning of a run, settle in a little bit, and then start to save some of that tire.
Michigan is a 2-mile track, so it's kind of like an intermediate of a super speedway and maybe like a 1.5-mile style. We were talking about being bricks, the arrow blocking. Oh, as we got Ward blocking Kevin Smith to the bottom of the track. Comes back up here, tries to get in line to get on the outside, but Kevin Smith's got to run into one, but probably going to lose it because the outside is going to roll. But a lot of the arrow blocking out here is going to be a little hectic to get around. Dirty air is definitely the worst, but being a leader is definitely where you want to be. And Kevin Ward and I'm sorry, not Kevin Ward, Cody Ward and Kevin Smith are going at it right now, side by side, and the shades of last week and the week prior, they're going for it. It looks like they're not saving a thing. They're out here trying to check out. They've been swapping the lead back and forth here, left and right, so definitely love to see that as the field behind them are just jockeying for position, trying to find a good spot to fit in, trying to get a good run, trying to advance their position, and at the same time trying to save tires. So we'll have to see how this goes. Definitely looking good right now. Love to see it. My favorite race, one of my favorite races, broadcast of the week out of the two. So yeah, there's that. But I'm ready to see these boys go, baby. I want to see a big name here tonight, or even like an underdog, maybe an underdog win on strategy. I'd love to see that. We'll just have to see what happens here. And we're only, I'm sorry, we're only like 9 laps in as we're watching the Xfinity race at the same time.
Yeah, that just
9
went
laps,
back
10
green.
laps now at the line. Yep.
Back to green for Xfinity. Back to this. It's kind of what you want to do is stay on the bottom. So save that tire as long as you possibly can, and then start gradually moving up to the top. We see the 30 truck of Heyman back there, fourth in line on the bottom. Kind of get a little loose out of turn number 2, and that's a dangerous spot for that to happen. But outside of that, you want to stay as down to the bottom as you can for the majority of the run, and then work your way up, because eventually there's going to come a point where you just can't run on the bottom lane anymore. And it's too brutal for your tires and your handling to be staying down there and continuing to make it work. I think that's why we're seeing this, and probably the guys up top, maybe they want to get down, they just don't have that opportunity yet, Trev.
Yep, as we alluded to it earlier, it's sort of a super speedway with a 1.5 mile mixed into it, so you want to save the most tires you can, but you also don't want to lose the track position. Track position is a huge deal here, especially when we start getting spread out. So they're still fighting, man. They're about 2 wide down there, 3 wide in the back, some places. And yeah, we're 2 by 2 all the way through the field, which is actually kind of surprising. Usually they'll get single file right now. Try to spread out, try to save tire, maybe run the same line, inherit the draft, and break away. But the field hasn't broken away, which is, in hindsight, pretty good for the rest of the field. Everybody's still together. Normally we'd have a huge breakaway with the first couple cars. Nobody's gotten into each other that we've seen. Everybody's keeping it kind of clean, which is what we need to do, and make it to the end as a slide job right there by Ward up against Kevin's nose. And Kevin's going to cross it over, try to get the run in the 3 and 4, and maybe be side by side, not clear him, but hopefully try to clear him in 3 and 4.
Great timing on you saying that slide job, and there it is, hard, everybody! Goodness! I was about to say, oh, that took out Potson also. I'm trying to get back and find him. Here he is. Up against the wall. His night's over. You can see that truck bouncing around. I was going to say, you saying slide job lined up perfectly with one of the best saves I've ever seen in the Xfinity Series. Leland Honeyman just drifted turns 1 and 2 at Atlanta. That was pretty cool. But we're looking here at Fortson Potson. Not a good debut race for him in this series. Going to be taken out early, but this wasn't on him. He kind of was a victim in this one for something that happened with him and Shane Haar. So we need to go back and find Shane Haar very quickly, and we're going to play this out and see. It looks like he's either got loose or got kind of hit into by Corey Wright.
Looks like a net code.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could be a little bit of a net code there for Shane Haar and Corey Wright, and then obviously Potts, just nothing he could do, nowhere to go. And that's going to be the end of his night. Well, maybe the end of Haar's night also. Not entirely sure on that damage just yet for him. We'll play this out again. They're coming to the white flag in the Xfinity race. I think you're just going to have to bear with us real quick. Let's see how this ends up. We're not going to spoil it. Take us back live real quick.
I'll get us some pit stops going here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got it focused on Har, I believe. And absolutely nothing happened. All right, cool. All that hype for nothing. What a lame finish to that race. I don't know. I'm going to be at that racetrack tomorrow, so I hope the Cup race is going to be a lot better than that. Obviously, it will be, because Xfinity's never really been good at Atlanta. But anyway, there's a look at Mr. Potson. That is the end of his night here tonight. Obviously, I mean, way too much damage for him to try and continue on with this one.
Great photo, by the way. That was a nice little, not a selfie, but definitely an amazing pose there.
Yeah, then we'll try and find Shane Har real quick. Let's see what he's up to. Oh, Har is already out of the session, so his night is already done also. That's tough for that pair of drivers. A couple of drivers that were running at really all the way at the front of this field, battling for around the third, fourth position, and already taken out that early. You hate to see that. And as our second caution here tonight, and we got a little bit of a run in there. That's good. We like to see that. What we'd like to see better, and what I'd really like to see from a strategic, wow.
Strategic.
I'll get it out at some point.
Always here for you.
See, I appreciate that. I got hiccups at the same time. It's not really helping. A strategic standpoint and a sort of skill set standpoint, if we can really get into that long run and see who knows how to save their tires the best and who can make a truck last the longest into a run and still find success within that run and make their way through the field, maybe make it up to the lead, and then conserve a little bit more, maybe go on a little bit of an offense later on, stay out as long as you can on those tires, and then if and when green flag pit stops come around, you go those few laps later, and that then gives you the advantage on the back end with your tires. So it's just going to be a very interesting thing to see. I really hope that we can get to that point. So far, only 2 cautions. That's not bad to start with. I mean, I think we know this too, Trev. We raced a B Open last night, or maybe I did. I don't remember if you were in that one or not.
Did last night.
Well, we did, but I mean, I was in one that was just, and it was top split. You know, it's all like 5Ks and 4Ks and 3Ks, and it was just atrocious. You couldn't do 5 laps at Atlanta. So these guys are outshowing them right now, and that's nice to see. Well, we'll be coming to lap 16 out of 85. Not entirely sure what sort of fuel load and the amount of tires that they have in the cars at the moment.
Let's see if I could pull it up here for you.
So we take the green flag once again. It's this time Kevin Smith with the jump on the bottom on the racetrack. And then you got Seth Heyman behind him, who really must have had a great pit stop or something. He came out about 5 positions better than where he was at. And now he's second on the bottom, trying to work his way around Colton Ward, but Ward's not going to let that happen. He's going to park that side draft on him and take it back up top with the momentum. And lots of jostling going around in the background. Connolly and a couple of others. Fisher, not Stevenson, trying to see who that is. Tyler Henry. Kind of around there. Lots of something happening out of turn 2 that mixed him up a little bit, but it's still Smith with the lead. And now we're seeing these 2 lines once again. Just not something that I was really expecting to see here. I thought it'd kind of string out a little sooner into a run than at least it did last time. But these guys are going at it. They're racing, and now we got 3 wide, and we're crashing. Mata's around in the triples, or 007, I should say.
The one there.
Corey Wright was also involved in that. He's got a little bit of damage on the right front. There he is. A little bit of right front damage, but again, they're going to get away okay from that, so that's pretty good. Wright with that damage, that's not major at all, so he's going to be okay, and I think Mata's going to get away from this okay, too. Let's take a quick look at that. Oh, he's Mata. That's what it is. Mata gets a little loose on the bottom of 3 wide with Garber and Albert, and that's going to send him up into Garber, get him a little bit loose, and then Corey Wright absolutely nowhere he could go there. And that's really going to be the end of that one. But again, that's something that's kind of easy to do, especially on the bottom in that corner. You get really loose down there, and there's kind of bumps down there too. Not as bad as they are in 3 and 4, but there's still some that are there kind of in 2 and exit of 2, and that's just must have been what bit Mata right there. And you got to kind of feel for Wright. Like, nothing, absolutely nothing he could do in that situation. But what a job he did keeping it off the inside wall. Hold on. We need to take a look at that real quick. Trying to find him up here. Here we go. Look at this. I mean, that's completely sideways. Drifts it down there and saves it. Now, granted, yeah, he has a ton of pavement to work with while doing that. But still, that's a really good save. You like to see that for him. Let's go on board with him real quick. Turns it back right. And keeps it going right and saves it. So, good on Corey for that one. But whatever your input is on this one, Trev, I mean, that's really kind of what it is at the end of the day. There's a little bit loose down there, and your bottom of 3 wide, something like that's inevitably going to happen.
Yeah, just a factor of the 3 wide. We still got new tires. Of course, new tires will probably end up doing that any which way. You're going to get loose. Got to get a little heat in them before you're able to really do much. And, yeah, just unfortunate. And then just noses it into the wall right there. The old Wonder Bread truck. Not to get confused with Yonder. Or, that's for, yeah, sorry, Jonder. That's a different day, different guy. But, yeah, we're going to reset again. Get everybody back going. Not too bad of damage. Looks like he's pretty clean. Looks like the nose is still pretty good. Probably has a minute or so damage on that truck. So he should be able to get it all fixed and get it back going. No harm, no foul there. And, yeah, we're back, baby. We're locked. We're ready. We're trying to see some racing here tonight. And, yeah,
that's Potts, and he's
missing a fender.
Where is... I'm trying to find... Everyone's getting mixed around.
Phenomenal
in the
picture,
order.
also.
Where? Goodness. Bear with me. I'm trying to find Corey Wright. There's a few Coreys in here. And Courtneys and Charlies. It's all throwing me off. Here we go. Here's Corey Wright. He didn't fix that damage.
Oh, well, maybe he thought track position was probably where he needs to be. Where's he riding at right now?
He's in 9th at the moment.
Oh, sponsored by the old Liquor and Wine. Can't get wrong with Liquor and Wine. It's broadcasting here on the race tonight. We are also Liquor and Wine tonight is what we're having. So, yeah, just a little shout out to that paint scheme right there. Phenomenal paint. Each and every week he runs it out there. But how about old Brian Hennings?
Oh, yeah,
right
look
there?
at Brian. He's got another new paint scheme for tonight. That man knows how to cook up a paint scheme, doesn't he? There he is.
Yes, he
Superior
does.
performance. That's something new for him.
That's sick. That's a little, what's they call it? Purple and gold, maybe? Maybe that's what that is?
Yeah, I thought it was like either very dark blue. No, that's purple. Yeah, that looks cool.
Nice
Brian,
little truck. Always
hey,
phenomenal paint schemes.
You ever want a paint scheme, go talk to that guy. He knows how to make them, that's for sure. And back up front, take a wild guess at who the top 2 are at the front of the field. Smith and Ward, once again, leading. And it's kind of been just domination by these guys so far this year. I know Melikar won at Daytona, but then he had Colton Ward in that race as a teammate, and he finished 2nd. So,
Hey,
great
speaking
season.
of Melikar, shout out to Melikar. He won the Light Series here Monday night.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Came out here and did his thing.
That is true. Speaking of... I'm trying to find where he's at on the racetrack right now. There he is. That 84 on the top side, purple and black for Justin. So, here we go. We're approaching the restart box for Smith, and... Oh, wow. Is that Kevin Wink, or was he really... I think he was trying to tell Colton Ward, or try and time that and push Colton Ward so he could get a little bit of a better start. And at the end of the day, it still just didn't really matter. The inside just absolutely rolls here in the trucks, and Smith is once again going to get away with the lead out of 2.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah. interesting take. Kevin Smith didn't pit that last caution. He's actually the only car that stayed out. He has not pitted at all yet. So interesting take out there. Also, Kevin Winker, he pitted on lap 4. He also has a set of old tires on that truck there. And, yeah, let's see how interesting how this is going to go. Maybe he's thinking about saving a set of tires for the end, or maybe he just thought clean air is where it needs to be. But he's doing pretty good right now, leading right now as, who's that, Ward?
That's
Yeah,
Ward.
as Ward tries to take the lead right there. He's going to take it into 1. And new tires, old tires type deal. But I don't know. Interesting to see what type of strategy he has or what he's thinking about that. But he's second and running really well right now. The field is starting to... Oh, we got a little bounce off right there. A little side tuck. Not a suck, but a side tuck off the wall. And those guys keep it straight and going. We're going to get about 2, 3 wide going into 3 and 4. Oh, and then we got Smith trying to get a run off the corner. Might get there. No, he doesn't. They're side by side going down into the tri-oval here to the start-finish line.
And here's the thing about with Kevin Smith, you know, him staying out right there, usually, I mean, I'd say that's a pretty good idea. You know, you might as well. No reason not to, especially in how short of a run we just had. But the flip side of that is this is one of those tracks, if like 3-lap old tires, and you're going to get destroyed by guys on faster tires, newer tires. Like, the tire wear, for some reason, is just absolutely brutal at this racetrack. But he's making it work so far. Maybe that is because of, I mean, we had, what, not even a 1-lap run that last time. And he's still staying out. Maybe they're a little constricted for tire sets tonight. I wouldn't imagine that. Usually it's about, like, 1 extra. But
yeah, they got 4 sets of tires, 70% fuel. But I think what he's thinking is that there's going to be another caution. And if he can get a little short caution here, get a couple laps on the tires, he should be able to flip that and get the freshest set of tires, because why would everybody else come down pit road if they only have a couple laps on their tires? So maybe a little strategy ploy here. I mean, he's got to hope for a wreck and probably get the flip on him and see what he can do, and hopefully hope for a green flag run.
that's what his plan is. He's kind of got to stick to it at this point. But, hey, look, we got a new leader up here. Kevin Winker in the 42 car. Going at Smith for the lead, and he's going to clear him into 1. Then he's trying to bring Garber along with him in the 58, but Garber's not really going to have that momentum off the corner. Smith's going to have that, and Garber's probably just going to have to find a spot in line here, unless he just wants to stay down there. We got stuff going on in the back. So I see who that is in front. Connolly. That just got somewhat into the wall. That's Connolly.
Got another flavor of ice cream on his truck this week,
He does.
too.
Remember, he did say that. He, was it Alex Linney, I'm thinking, was making him a new paint scheme, a new flavor paint scheme every week. And oh, I like that on the number. You see that little sprinkles on the number 95? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Check that out. Is that a dark cherry paint scheme? Somebody's got?
Does it say, or is it just...
No, it's just like maybe some strawberry chocolate, maybe?
It's
I don't know, we got to
something
find
like
out from
that. Who
Beacon
knows?
eventually, but
Yeah,
it's
well-
something. But it's a good-looking truck.
New leader at the front, Brent Garber.
Yeah, I also want to make known, we were just talking about Winker. Winker didn't pit. He pitted on the very first caution. So he's also out front. He made a move here for the lead, and we got Gerber back out front. So sorry to cut you off, Landon, but I just want to make that known.
No, that's fine. I hate to say it. Obviously, you know, the success that we've been seeing with Colton Ward and Kevin Smith, that's great for them, but it is a little refreshing to see someone else up front so far this season. That's like a couple of them in just the span of a couple laps. You know, we got Garber, Winker up here. I haven't seen them. I want to say it's the first laps they've really led this whole season. Winker, that's a new name to the series so far this season, at least in my knowledge. Garber has been here since we started, but now finally getting an opportunity to get some clean air on the nose of his truck and go out there and lead some laps just this week at Michigan. And now, look what we're seeing back here. Remember that when we started this run, or the race, really, ever since we went green, it's been completely pack racing, basically. You got a lane on the bottom, you got a lane on the top, and they're just going at it left and right. Look at how spread out it's getting, and definitely look at this guy right here, Kevin Smith. He is in 9th now. He is dropping like a rock. He's going to be in our getting battle right here from Brendan Reed in 10th. That's Gonna keep him in the top 10 for the moment, but then there's Seth Heyman too. Remember, he restarted third on one of these. He's already back in 11th. Brian Henning's behind him, Courtney Hubbard behind that. And I think that's tire strategy might be starting to kind of bite Mr. Smith down there, because he was expecting that caution pretty quickly. He didn't get it. And then that's it. Lots of guys getting really loose out of these corners. You see it every time this camera pans over to these guys. Rashid, Pointer, getting loose out of 2 that time. Then you got Corey Wright, who still has damage. That's somewhat. He restarted 9th, Trev. He's back in 18th now, and he's about to get hooked right there very nearly. But now he's all the way back here. Maybe that damage is affecting him a little bit. Maybe a poor restart. Who knows, but that's not good news for him.
Yep, as we learn running these races week to week in the official series, a little bit of damage on that truck will cause that truck to get a little loose, especially if it's in the rear and in the front. So he's probably fighting a loose truck overall, but he needs to get that damage fixed to be able to do anything. As we come back to the lead here, Winker back up front. And he's got a run here on Ward going into the corner, and it looks like he's going to probably get clear to him out of 3 and 4 here. And what a surprise for a guy that he's on lesser sets of tires, but he is running very well right now, leading the race currently. As Ward's trying to make a move, and Garber out there is really kind of helping Winker stay in line or stay up front. But Ward should be able to get down. No, he does not. No slide job, not yet. We're going to see some tonight. There's going to be some slide jobs out here, and y'all are going to hear about it. But right now, still pretty easy, still pretty chill. They're just taking their time, cruising along. Long race right now. And, yeah, Winker back out front. Like you said, it's refreshing to see somebody else out here leading the race. Coming out here and showing these boys what they got here at Michigan. So, completely different from Phoenix that we ran last week. A little bit similar to Auto Club, what we did the other night. And, yeah, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. And we got, what about that? Henry in 4th. We haven't talked about Henry, I don't even think, really much this season. He's out here 4th right now, running a great race, being very clean in that UPS, the old Dale Jarrett paint scheme, I would say it looks pretty similar to. Yeah, so he's out here. And
not to interrupt, but I got to make a quick note of something. Kevin Smith just pit. That's him getting lapped right now. You see him right there. He is. He's 35th right now. First car lap down. On good. Okay. And there went the leader of Winker. They must not have pit since the start of the race, Trev.
Yeah, Smith was the only one that stayed out for the entire race. He was the only one that did not make a pit stop. So yeah, that's probably pretty accurate based on the 70% fuel that he had here.
Well, while you were talking, I was looking at all these new names up here, like you said, Henry, and then you got Matt Albert, last week's winner, kind of making his appearance known up here at the front now in 4th. Richard McMillian in 6th, showing back up here. Like, this tire strategy is really kind of shuffling everything around at the moment. Then you got Aaron Stanton, Brian Henning's going at it back here. This is for the back part of the top 10. Hubbard and a few others as well. And I'm trying to find Corey Wright. Here he is, working his way up 2 spots now, trying to work on a 3rd for 15th place. But up front is still Ward. Henry now going for 2nd place around Garber, and he's probably going to have the lead here in a minute. Tyler Henry in the 96 car just flying at the moment. And then, again, Kevin Smith down there. So, let me point this out about Smith. Remember earlier what I said about new tires are enormous here, even if it's on a small run. Look at the gap he's got already. And we haven't really done a lot of green flag laps. Look at that. That gap he's already pulling by himself. No draft, he doesn't need it. He's already just driving around this racetrack seconds a lap faster than anybody else. But the strategy now becomes, what is Ward, Henry, what's all going to happen here? Because this is all over the place with these guys at the front of the field at the moment.
Yep, looks like Kevin Smith ran a 39.1 to Colton Ward's 40.0. So damn near almost a second difference a lap. And what Smith is going to want to see here is no caution. He needs this to go green. Because the minute that caution comes out, he's back to square one. He'll probably have to take another set of tires. He'll be back on the same sequence, yes, but he passed the leaders. So he got his lap back. But he needs this to go green to do anything, really, to have a possible chance of winning on strategy. So there's that. Ward is out here. Henry's out here and Garber's out here leading the race right now. They're all on the same strategy at the moment. Yep, they all pitted on the same lap. And also Kevin Winker pitted. He was up there. He also pitted. So
he pit like a lap after Kevin did.
Yeah, so that's another eye to look at. I mean, he was up there leading the race for a little bit, so he might have a shot here too, being a little bit better tires than Kevin Smith. So, a lot of strategy. We got a couple trucks coming down pit road right now too. Maybe for some 4 tires and fuel.
So they are. Corey Wright's one of them. Mark Person is not in. His name's acting like it just because he's blanking out. There's Corey Wright, Ricky Henderson, Braden Powers, all in for a pit stop right now. Speaking of Kevin Winker, let's go to him. Now he's the one doing what Kevin Smith was doing. The problem is Smith, I wish I could see really what kind of the gap is. I mean, maybe I can. Let me see if I can see something real quick. I mean, he's just now unlapping himself. So Winker, trying to see this interval. It's not wanting to cooperate with me. Yeah, we'll see later, I guess. He's going to get that lap back. Okay, there he is, leading the actual leader of the race. Let's find Kevin Smith. Look at this gap. So these two only pit, and we got a caution. We have a yellow flag on the racetrack, and that's going to be the total end of that. I'm trying to see who this involved. It appears Nicholas Bass? And oh, man. Nicholas Bass, Charlie Morgan. That's Kevin Smith. Who's it? There's another car involved in this. Is it Braden Powers? It is. He's towed his car. Kind of a big crash we just had back here. All right, let's take a look.
Oh, man.
I don't like what I'm seeing already. Powers, here he is leaving pit road. He's going to get on the grass, get loose. Oh, man.
That's unfortunate.
Jeez. Oh, Will Hoyt involved, too. Didn't see that one to begin with. There's Bass, 52. Nothing he could do at all. Braden Powers getting loose down there on the apron, trying to exit pit road. And, oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm trying not to laugh, but, that was horrible. Oh, man.
I was trying to find out where that other car came from and how he was involved. And it was Charlie Morgan, and I mean, is there anything that can be said about that?
No, I guess he just clipped the grass and took the field out.
Hold on, I want to make a point right here. So what I just did is I clicked the exact moment of when the yellow flag came out. And this is what it took me to. That is Charlie Morgan. He's in the restart zone on the front stretch. This crash happens in turn 2. Let's count this down. So they're crashing now. What's this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, bam. After the crash happened.
Oh.
Now I want to, like, I don't know where to put blame on this quite yet. So I'm not blaming anybody for this. I know what my initial thought is, but let me do this. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Let's go faster, and then take a look from this view. This is the onboard of Charlie Morgan.
I don't know. I couldn't put that on Charlie there. I mean, looks like Powers. Man, you got to be a little more aware, brother. I mean, he just came back down, trying to spin it back out, try to get it going straight, but I guess I got to put a little bit on both of them because you were 17 seconds back. But holy crap. I mean, just Kevin LePaging the field is what just happened there. Nicholas Bass, 2 weeks in a row. It's just been got annihilated. And not for his own doing. He's just getting caught up in
absolutely nothing he can do. Like, in that situation, let's just back this up again. Let's take this all the way to the beginning of the entry. Now, keep in mind, you're in the depths of, like, a green flag run here. You're in your own rhythm. You're in your line. You're running your race. You're racing the racetrack. And he's doing this. He's going to take it bottom. And all of a sudden, bam. And just nothing he can do. And then, behind him, Will Hoyt. Look, and nothing he can do about this either. Let's back it up and get his view of this. Because then he's got 2 cars in front of him to deal with. A little tight right there. Gets it into the wall. Wreck happens up in front of him. And that's the engine expired.
I mean, even if he tried to check up, he still would have hit him. I still don't get it done there. Phenomenal picture, though. Do love that picture, Rob Wilhoit. Definitely come back out. We'll keep showing that picture, too. Looking like a silver fox out here. So, sucks that you got in that wreck, but, I mean, nothing you could have done also. That blows. That was going to be interesting. But, Landon, at the same time, this changes everything.
Yeah, it does. I'm just gonna let it sit here for a second.
He had to restart his Apple CarPlay. Ugh.
God, what a hit that was. That should not have been that hard of a hit. Jeez.
Go back. I think we're back green.
Oh, we're back already?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. I was too entertained by what we were all seeing right there. Kevin Smith has cycled to the lead, but... big crash. And we're going to save it. That's Connor Murphy. That's another solid driver. That's one of the guys you're going to expect to see up front, and he has just gotten into the wall in a brutal manner. Let's go back and see him. There he is. I'm guessing wheel damage on his car. Yeah, that don't look right.
Oh, caution.
And there's a caution. What happened this time? Oh, a big one out of 4. Goodness. That is Elijah Fisher, I see, that has gone around. Who else we got here? There's Mark Person in the 77. He's okay. Who is that behind? Is that Corey Jones? It is. Diego Burriel might have gotten a piece. Looks like he has. Gordon Glidewell is all right for the moment. I think that's going to be it. I think Kelly Pointer is going to get a piece of this as well. Yes, left front for Pointer. Okay. Let's go back and see this one. Too much is going on now, Trev. We should have just stayed green and kept our little run going right there.
Yeah. I'm just going to assume this is going to be a cold tire thing. We're just going to see what happens here.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's going to be. It is Elijah Fisher down there in the 2. Brad Keselowski, old Miller Lite paint, the patriotic one, just getting loose on these cold tires. And, okay, where he really was on those bumps that are down there. They are... Oh, man!
Arca brake. Oh, jeez. We hit a ride-along? Holy crap.
Is that a... I'm trying to... Yeah, okay. So, this is Corey Jones. And he's riding the top side. He's slowing down. Down. Yeah, I mean... To be fair, Elijah was, like, spinning back down, and the truck kind of sideways... Or, like, came down there sideways. I can't really... put too much on that. Now, I mean, he could have slowed down a little more, I guess, but still, I don't know.
I don't know. In my biased opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and give Corey the Arca Break of the Race award. He just started this Monday night, so he's gonna get the Arca Break of the Race award. Holy crap! You could have stopped Corey, but it's fine. It's okay.
Oh, Connolly's getting a piece of this too.
Oh yeah, the old strawberry chocolate
or whatever it is. I like dark cherry better.
I'm a dark cherry fan. It's my favorite ice cream, actually, next to Moose.
I didn't even know that was an ice cream. I thought it was just a Coke flavor.
Oh, dark cherry, phenomenal ice cream.
It sounds great, but now it's all beat up. He's got damage on the driver's side and a few others. I thought I saw him get a little piece of the nose of this. I didn't think he got anything too much more crazy than that. Nothing Pointer could do, and then, I mean, Connolly too. Pointer coming back down off the wall and then going to get hit again. Almost into the barrels. Ooh, that was scary. That would have been awful. And I saw him in the chat earlier, Decon himself saying, can we get a Decon update? Well, the Decon update is you didn't end up in the barrels and into the attenuator here at Michigan International Speedway. So I think that's good news. The bad news is the damage that you already have. But let's go on board with Elijah real quick, because what this is going to be, I can tell you what you're going to see here before it even happens. He's going to send it down in here, he's going to hit one of these bumps, and he's going to snap sideways. That's just how it is on cold tires, and still trying to save it, bam. Maybe a little bit of the apron did that too for him.
He was good up until then.
Well, is he okay from that?
It's not crab walking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was expecting a crab walk. That right?
Huh?
No, yeah,
the wheel,
that don't look
yeah.
right back there.
No, he's got a little skew in it the wrong way.
Go back one more time.
Man.
Let's see if we can get maybe a nice little view of this. I don't know how good this will be, but we'll see. Oh, man.
Oh, what a camera angle. Oh.
Oh, it's Buriel, too. That's where he gets involved in 43. Nothing he can do. And there's the injured Murphy that we were riding on board with as that happened. Taking it to the pits. There you go. That's a look at Pointer. Still sitting in the pits at the moment. Corey Jones sitting in pit road also. What else we got here? We got a few casualties here. Now there's Morgan, Bass, Will Hoyt, all out. Harris, it looks like, is going to be maybe not out, but at least still sitting in the pits for the moment.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Thomas Parker in the chat. Oh, we're doing green.
Yeah, we are.
Chat. Thank you,
Oh, Thomas Parker.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
name I haven't heard in a minute. What's up, Thomas?
Hell yeah, our compadre from our KSR days. Hell yeah, good to see you, bro.
KSR, that's bringing back some. Well, you know, I know that a lot of the people here aren't going to know what KSR is, but KSR was where a lot of people got their start becoming really good at super speedway racing, is what that was. Tyler Stevenson has inherited the lead of the race. That's another new name at the front of this thing. I'm really enjoying all these different leaders that we're having at the front of this thing. Then it's the pair of drivers that we always see running at the front of this, Smith and Ward going at it again. Then you have Winker. So this kind of worked out for them, at least temporarily, for Smith and Winker, being that they went to the front, stayed up front for a little bit, pit early, got their laps back, and then had the caution fall. That's great. Problem is, for them, that they're probably still at a tire disadvantage at the moment. I wouldn't imagine they took different tires since they last pit under green. So
it looks like I'm trying to figure out what position the top 13 all stayed out. I mean, Tyler and Kevin are on definitely. Tyler, Kevin, and Kevin, the Kevin and Kevin show, are all on older tires. Tyler pitted on lap 38, Kevin 31, and Kevin Winker 33. And everybody on back pitted on lap 40 behind them. And it looks like the entire field pretty much stayed out. Yeah, from there. Everybody's still on the same set of tires. But everybody from third back definitely on better tires. So we'll have to see who does what and gets where and does how to.
Exactly. We're looking at Stevenson still doing a good job here leading these guys behind him. I'm thinking he's probably on a little bit better tire. Then, hey, look at Matt Albert. Don't forget about him. Very sneaky run for Albert in the 61 car so far tonight. Look at him now. He's probably going to be third, leaving turn number 2 here, I would imagine. Falling back to 4th for the moment. Last week's winner, official winner. He didn't cross the line first, but he did win the race. As he's... Oh! Okay. Now, let me stop talking about him. Let's look at the chat real quick. Jaden Baxley, you're asking for an update on Kevin Allen. Okay, let's find Kevin Allen real quick. Where's he at? Currently in 22nd right now in the 76 car. There he is. Really far off the pack at the moment. I'm not sure why that is, but look up here. That's the car in front of him. Connolly is kind of the back of this lead group. So that's Allen. He's got a couple of people to work with at least, and Juan Cobb's behind him and Mark Person behind that as well. And then you have an even bigger gap back here. Diego Buriel got some damage in that last accident. You got Frank Chavez back here. A quietly clean race so far for Chavez. Then there's Elijah Fisher. Still trucking on in that number 2 truck. Oh, he's loose. Oh, he is loose. Look at him go. He shaved it. He shaved it. That's great. Gordon Glidewell behind that, and that's going to be it for the lead lap cars at the moment. Only 28 of them are left, and we're on lap number 50 up front. Oh, man, it's gotten even crazier up here. Stevenson still leading the race. Great for him. Then you have Smith Winker currently... Well, Smith's kind of in second right now. Winker's still battling with it. Between Albert, Ward, Garber, McMillian, Henry, everybody else behind. Still trying to discuss their positions on the racetrack. As you can see, and we got one in the wall. Behind that, is that Hennings? It was Brian Hennings. Catching a little bit of the wall out of turn 2 and lost a lot of momentum. There goes Mata, Melikar, Dawson, Connolly, all going to slide by. We got more, something's going on up here. Trying to see who it is. Yellow flag's out. Okay, it wasn't a bad crash. Trying to see what it even was. I mean, I saw the smoke. I didn't see really where it was. To see the yellow flag's going to come out here. 22. Okay, who's the 22 car? Trying to find. Still trying to remember all that. That's Jeremy Rafison. Okay, so Rafison, and oh man, hold on. How did this happen?
Maybe a little slideways out here.
That's Nick Aloysia in the 162. Very interesting paint scheme for Aloysia, too. That's kind of cool. That's different. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets loose, and then... Oh, wow.
Not clear. Not clear.
Not clear. I see what Rafison was kind of going for there, though. He saw him get loose, tried to split the middle between Aloysia and Hubbard, and then he saves it. Great job by him to save that. Aloysia coming back up the track. Brennan Reed nowhere to go, but... I think they're going to keep it straight. They are. So, I mean, we didn't actually have a spin there, so that's good. Now, the problem for, Reed and Aloysia, or not Aloysia, sorry, Rafison, is they're now going to have a little bit of damage. But they should be able to fix that in good time. So let's find Rafison real quick.
Scott Kazan in the chat says the 22 came down.
22 came down. He did. Yeah. He definitely did on Hubbard. I don't think Hubbard did anything wrong there. But I think it was also kind of a result of what was happening in front of him with Aloysia. Hold on. How did Aloysia lose his fender? Do you see that?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Hold on. Let's back this up.
Sweet looking top too. Slideways.
Like that? That's nothing.
And then... Oh, wow.
That's
just the angle of it.
Weird. That shouldn't have made his fender come off. Real odd.
Just hanging on there. Real aero disadvantage, but yeah.
Let's find
Not
Rafison.
really that big of a hit.
Not at all. I mean, that's kind of just weird. You don't usually see that. So this is Rafison. That's Aloysia in front of him, and then that's so odd. I can't tell if Aloysia got loose because Rafison got into him. I don't think he did. I think Aloysia tried to come up in front of Rafison, then Rafison tried to just cross him over? I really don't know. Let's go on board with Aloysia. Maybe that'll tell us something. He's loose and then looser. I don't know. Definitely a weird one. But again, Aloysia, let's find him. Does he have a left front fender now? He does. It doesn't look completely clean for him. Quite yet. But, oh, maybe it does. I think he might have got all that fixed, so that's good for him.
It's good enough. We'll take it.
Yeah, good enough. Here's a story. Colton Ward's pitting. He's in 23rd, along with Gordon Glidewell. There he is in 25th at the moment. Person's in also. Just a couple of takers there. That was
it looks like
that was with 2 to go. Are they topping off, I wonder?
Yeah, it looks like the top 4 stayed out. The rest of the field from 5th back, all pitted. Looks like they all took tires too, fixed damage, did whatever. But the rest of the field is on new tires, and the top 4 are not. So, strategy, baby. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Definitely waiting to see how this goes. Maybe cross your fingers. we'll get a green flag run with about maybe 30 to go. Is that about right? Yeah, about 30.
Yeah, about
Oh, less than
31
that.
laps to
Yeah.
go here, and that kind of makes sense in terms of the fuel and why maybe they'd be coming in to top off. And at the front, a little bit of a change of scenery once again, back to what it was earlier. We've got Winker back up here. And then the guy I kept saying watch out for, Mr. Albert, has arrived. And he's actually the control car on this restart. He chose the top lane. That's interesting. We haven't seen that all night. He chose that top lane, and he did a good job of it. Look at him go. And we got some racing back there for second, third, fourth, fifth. Stevenson, Winker, Reed, Stanton all going at it. Garber a piece of it as well, and Stanton's getting into Reed. Brendan Reed was just in that crash. He got into Aloysia. I think he got away pretty lucky. I don't see damage on the nose of his number 57 target machine, so that's good news for him. There's Albert down there, and just making real easy work of it at the moment. I say that, and then you have Kevin Winker and Tyler Stevenson making easy work of it down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Just absolutely driving by Matt Albert. There goes Winker. He's going to take it up top.
Yeah, look at this battle. We got almost a damn near 4 wide going into 1 here. Everybody is trying to search for something. Kevin Smith says, he's trying. He's trying to get up there. He's on the freshest tires right now. Yeah, right now on the freshest tires, him and Tyler up there. He's trying to make some moves to get up there to the front. But Winker definitely knows something that we don't, because he's back up here leading. He's right back to the front. Another truck we put out here to say that he ain't gonna let the show be run by Ward and Smith. So he's out here leading, and I'm happy for it. I love to see competition, baby. And we're 4 wide, 3 wide, some places back 5 wide. We're all down here in Michigan, and this is how it should be, baby. We're racing. Oh,
look at Stevenson.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, crap. I didn't even know what happened there, but boy, he had a run, and he took the lead, put him on a slide job. Not an excessive slide job, but a slide job nonetheless right there on Winker. Stevenson to the lead going into 3 and 4.
What a move that was by Tyler Stevenson, taking it right down to the bottom and right back up top. Great move by him, but then cue the Jaws theme. Kevin Smith's arrived, and he's taking that lead right back away from him. How about, hey, I want to give a couple shout-outs here. Richard McMillian, look at him up there. He's in second at the moment, trying to battle now for the lead. He has had kind of a rough start to this season. Got crashed out a couple of times, some poor runs here and there. Look at it, he's running second right now. That's great for him. Someone else, Tyler Henry. We just saw him battling for a top 5 spot. Never got contact. Oh, man!
Oh.
Okay, that looked like a little beef right there. I think Albert came down there with a little bit of intention to let Mr. Aaron Stanton know about something. I think he let him know. But Stanton's now passing him, so I don't think... Mata and Hubbard into the wall. And, Colton Ward! Colton Ward! Dylan Connolly involved also. Decon and Colton Ward.
Wow. That is gonna change everything. Holy crap! What a wreck! That just took out some big names right there. Decon in his strawberry and/or cherry ice cream truck, and that's a big name right there. Old Kevin Smith. Oh man, definitely a guy that was. I'm sorry, Ward. I'm 3 cheeks to the wind right now, brother. We're locked, but we definitely a contender to win tonight. And it looks like his race might be over.
It might be. Him and Connolly, they got some pretty rough damage on that. This kind of started around Mata. So let's find Clint Mata real quick. Trying to find where he went up on the scoreboard. There he is. All right. Let's take this up top. There's like 8 wide racing going on right here. So I'm assuming that had a little bit to do with whatever happened. So... Oh, that's kind of Mata coming down into Connolly a little bit right there, and then Hennings, nothing he could do. Really nothing Courtney Hubbard could do, just absolutely in the wrong place. And, Connolly, that got him loose down into Colton Ward. And then I think Connolly's going to get bulldozed right here. Yep, by Dawson.
Oh, wait, twofer?
No.
He missed him.
He missed Ward. Dawson trying to take that evasive action around Connolly, but Connolly's spinning back up a little bit, and that's going to be that. I noticed Ward down here, if I could find that real quick. He got hit again.
Yeah, he got hit 3 times, almost.
And I'll tell you, I think that's what a lot of this field really wanted to see. Obviously, to the dismay of Mr. Colton Ward, but that's going to help them out. I mean, a poor run for him, and that's a little bit of a game changer in terms of a point situation. Let's kind of focus this on Connolly real quick.
Hunty got hunted tonight.
Yeah, he did.
No.
That's where he
got
got hit
again.
Yeah. Well, he got hit again, but it was by Hubbard. And Hubbard was already involved in this, so I'm wondering if that kind of just maybe no. I mean, yeah, that's a hard hit for Hubbard.
Oh yeah, he probably lost that wheel too. Nothing he could do.
Guarantee.
Staying up against the wall. Yeah.
Well, there we go. That's definitely a little bit of a game changer for these guys. Let's go on board with Colton Ward. Because he's all the way at the bottom of this. I'm sure he was thinking he wasn't even going to catch a single piece of this crash. Bam!
All the way almost to the grass.
Yep.
Yeah. Gets hit. He just sees it coming, Oh, wait. Mark Persons? Oh, all right, Mark. That's what I'm talking about. Safest driver of the race is Mark Persons. I will say. That dude is always making it through it.
Let's find Connolly now. We're going to go on board with all these guys that really caught the brunt of all this. This is Connolly. He was in front of Ward when this happened. That happens. It snaps him sideways. Something does. And then he spins it around and luckily avoids getting hit any further after that. Let's find Courtney Hubbard. Yeah, I mean, nothing, absolutely nothing can be done right there from that driver's seat. And then who's Clint Mata also catching a piece of this? Let's find him. Kind of where it originated. I think Mata kind of gets a little... Oh, let's watch. Oh! Do you see that? I don't know if you saw that. It's like he caught the bump and then slid up over the bump, and then when it came back down, that's what got him loose. And he spins down into Connolly, and then that sets this whole thing off. Interesting.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
mean, we
flags.
talked about it earlier. Them, those bumps, they'll get you. Let's take a little, see what the flagman saw. Wave it aggressively. He knows a caution.
Oh, he's
about it.
letting
Ain't nobody had to
everybody
tell
know
him.
that there's a caution. He sees it right in front of him, too. He said, oh, yeah, I'll wave the flag.
He's making sure everybody knows. He's waiting for Cody Ward to come around. And,
He's still
waiting.
telling Colton Ward that there's a caution out. He's not sure if
There
he's
it is,
aware of
Colton.
that or not.
now you know.
Yep. Now you know that... Oh, we're back green already. Jeez.
We are locked tonight,
I'm
man.
sorry for that. I mean, these cautions are way quicker than I'm expecting. Smith, now the leader, with Stevenson, Stanton, McMillian. A new name up here. Hey, how about John Border? That's a name that I don't think we've seen all season, at least in my recollection. Now running in 5th. Where did he come from? Yeah, a great run for him. And then Brian. Where did Brian Hennings come from? He's in 6th. Winker's falling back to 7th. Heyman now residing in 8th. And then we got Juan Cobbs with a good top 10 run at the moment. Tyler Henry back in 9th. So, oh, man, getting a little loose again. But they've kind of figured out this, I mean, I guess they've decided the pack racing wasn't really the way to go. I think we were seeing that early because of everyone that wanted to be on the bottom side of the racetrack, and now they realize, look, it's 23 to go. Might be a little bit of go time. And the way to really make up time here, especially at the beginning of a run, top side. Sure, bottom can work, but top side early on in the run, still, whoa, man! Is that Henry? That wasn't Henry. Someone just got spun down to the apron. Who was that? Oh, man, it was Border.
Oh, man.
John Border,
Just
something
talking about
happened.
him.
Yeah, just talking about him. And he gets spun down. Let's take a very quick look at this. Because he got into it with somebody. I'm trying to see who it was. Oh, it's Winker. It's going to come together right there and send him down. Winker's going to save it. What a save by John Border. Shout out to him for that, keeping it straight, and he'll continue on in the race. Just losing all that track position. Still Smith, Stevenson, McMillian, and then look at old 4th place.
Our boy.
Mr.
Our boy
Brian
up there.
Hennings. He's
Yes,
making
sir.
his way up here. Shout out to Brian. It's cool to see that. He's getting a little blocked there from McMillian, but good run for Brian so far. He ran great last week at Phoenix, and now he's trying to back it up here, get a top 5 finish here tonight.
Right,
A little bit of a
let's
gap
see.
back to Stanton now, though.
Yep, looks like these guys on the better tires too. Brian and Tyler up there in second. They're on the better tires. I got almost a class. Looks like about an 8-lap difference in tires. Yeah, 7-lap difference in tires to the leader and to Richards. So yeah, there's definitely a tire advantage is gonna come into play if we decide to go green. See how that cycle. And we got another caution.
We do, but where?
We're playing a game of guess who tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I have no clue where this could have came from. Before that happened, I was going to point out something. Matt Albert is 21st. Wonder if he took him a little bit of tires there. Let's try and find whatever happened. I mean, I don't have a clue where this could have been. Was it here? No.
Maybe it was an accident.
We had that happen the other night, didn't we? In light race.
Yeah, we did. Shout out to Evan Carlbon, the worst RC there is.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say anybody crashed on my end. It just said yellow flag came out. So, I know something we can do. Hold on. Let me try it.
It says Elijah Fisher got an EOL. So, I don't know.
There.
Did we find Elijah Fisher?
Yep, that'll
Oh.
be it. Okay. He blinked
there it
out.
is.
And he's probably going to be continuing to blink out. There's the truck behind him. You're going to see it. Right there. It's Connolly. I don't think that really contributed. I think he just got loose. Remember, he had that wheel damage from earlier, and we saw him drifting around these corners. And that's going to be the cause of this yellow flag here tonight. This, whichever one this is. 8th. And we've got
Not
some
too bad.
takers into pits. Smith, McMillian
Oh,
in,
yeah.
Stanton, Henry, Ward, Conley, Hennings, Border, Fisher, Winker, Burriel, Dawson, Chavez, Person, Rafison, all in pit road.
It's gotta be, I would maybe assume their last set of tires. Because we only had 4. So, we've had
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
8
someone's got
cautions.
one up their sleeve, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, whoever's staying out right now. Nah, everybody. Oh, yeah, it looks like the top. Hold on. The top 12 stayed out. So, I'm assuming those guys have another set on and probably waiting to pull that out. Oh, Stevenson out there leading the race.
Yep.
TWRS driver. Team Watson. Had a run in here with them at the B Opens. Put a little whooping on them boys. Not really. Still kind of got beat by them, but shout out to them. And Landon definitely put a whooping on them, though, I would say. Any which way. How about Heyman up here in second? Seth Heyman running second. Haven't really talked about him too much. And then we got Justin Melikar, the PGR Light Series defending winner. And then we got old JD. How do you pronounce that? Rashad. Excuse me. 3 cheeks to the win right now. And we go a little Juan Cobb, baby. Let's get a Juan Cobb.
Juan Cobbs, yes, sir.
Top
Top 5 run for him so far. That's great.
Hell yeah.
And we got Garber falling back there. We saw him lead some laps earlier. Brendan Reed still just kind of quietly hanging in the top 10 since his little crash happened. Gordon Glidewell. Clint Mata was just involved in one, and he looks completely clean. And he's in 9th. Then we have Nick Aloysia, Matt Albert, Kevin Allen. And that's going to be it. Yes, so those are the top 12 drivers that stayed out this time. And the people that really need to be concerned here are this man right here, Allen and Aloysia. They're going to be completely in the thick of this in a minute. Him and Albert, of all those new tire drivers, coming up there, doing everything they can possible in these last 16 laps to drive their way back up to the front and make something happen. But yeah, good run for Stevenson so far. Really good run for him. Been leading a lot of laps. Again, someone that's had a little bit of a tough season coming out here tonight and winning. Heyman also. We've seen him have a tough season. Now he's running in a second. Veleke has had a tough season outside of Daytona. He won that race.
Yeah.
But ever since then, it's just been like last week. That crash he had was brutal. Anyone that didn't catch that clip on his stream, it was hilarious of when he got crashed. Literally jumped out of his chair. And then JD Rashid, too, and Juan Cobbs. I mean, that's cool. You know, guys that, you know, we haven't really been seeing at the front of these things. Maybe now's the point where they're gaining a little bit of momentum, gaining a little more experience, and now they're getting up here and going to be contending for solid finishes and maybe even wins by the end of this. But the pace car is rolling in. Can we do 16 laps green, Trev?
Probably not as we're trending, but I mean, you never know. It might go green to the end, but definitely an eyes to watch out for is the Kevin and Kevin show back there in 13 and 14. So we'll have to see if they decide to make their way through here. But as Stevenson gets a huge run going into one here, definitely a little good old jump, which you should do for sure to get outside of the field here. Melcar takes it down here to the bottom in second. We got old Heyman in third. So a little spread out here at the front, trying to get a little length from the rest of the field and extend your girth to actually be able to probably try to win this. So we got a little 3-4 wide down the backstretch here. Holy crap, we got to see if this makes it. Brian Hennigan's in the middle of it. And they look pretty good here. They're about 4 wide, 4 deep, all
Still
the way around. What a sight to see here at Michigan. Holy crap, they're still 4
About to
wide.
make it 5 here in a minute.
Come on, somebody, take it, put it in the middle right there. Let's go. Oh yeah, baby. Henning's making his way through the field right now. Kevin Smith also up there, cutting and chopping and dicing and rolling through his way through the field. And yeah, we got a little race here, boys. 15 to go. These boys already know what it's about. There's probably a couple of guys out here with a set of tires left, ready for a caution, but Stevenson out front right now going into 3 and 4.
This top 5's completely unchanged also. I'm kind of surprised by this. Still the same order they were in, too. As I say that, Brent Garber gets around Juan Cobbs. But I say that now, Cobbs is topside. He should have a little momentum here. He's got Nick Aloysia bearing down on him, about 4th and 5th in line on the top. They're still pushing pretty well. Crazy racing in the back. Oh, what an entry by Cobbs and Aloysia. And, oh, look at Melcar trying to split it up the middle between Heyman, and we're going to crash. Brian Henning's a race saving it. Brian saved. Now we're going to crash. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. Aloysia, Garber, and a couple others. Here we go. McMillian gets a piece. And Ward's going to get another piece of this one. Stanton's around. Wow, a lot just happened right there.
Yeah, it did.
Brent Garber, that's the one that's led laps in this race. And his chances of winning are now severely compromised. Richard McMillian was having a good run, too, getting caught up in a crash here. And then Aaron Stanton, someone else that's having a great run tonight, going to get involved in this one. So, let's take it back this time. So this really started with Brian down there. I think Brian might... Oh, it looks like he kind of overcooked his entry a little bit. He saved it, though. Good on him. Let's focus out on him real quick. There you go. Look at him. Oh, he shaved it. And then it's all everything behind that. Aloysia and Garber. Aloysia gets away all right. Oh, Garber takes a big hit at the end of that. Go back and focus that one on him. That was from Ward, too. And then
Chief got involved there.
Yeah, he did. And then outside of that, you have McMillian, who I think he's kind of get turned here by Stanton, but it's just them trying to avoid the chaos. Yeah, Stanton trying to avoid it, just comes down close to McMillian, almost up and over. I don't think they really have damage at all, if anything. The problem is that just absolutely destroyed their tires.
Yeah, they better hope they got another set because, oh boy, it's going to be a tough rest of this race if they don't. Yeah, Brian Headings gets a little loose, maybe possibly hitting those bumps. He saves it, and then the wreck just happens up front here. Just trying to get off of the wall. And there's just a huge cluster of just calamity that happened there. And virtually not really any really big hits, not really anybody's end of their race type deal, so could get a couple guys here to get their damage fixed. And oh, Hey, I'd like to see that. Can we see that little chief right there and Eliza and I can't. I'm not even gonna try Nicholas and see who gets what. Does somebody come up? Somebody come down? Like, how does that? Looks like Nicholas got a little loose off the corner. It just kind of caused the whole deal.
What happened? Let's do this to Garber real quick. So Rashid in front of him. Melkar shoved it up the middle between Rashid and Heyman. And Rashid's going to get a little contact from Melkar. Garber maybe reacting to that, gets up into Aloysia, and then either that sent Aloysia down the track, and then, oh, what a hit. For that, who knows, really. I mean, so the reason I backed up, went to the onboards to begin with, is I saw something that I thought Aloysia just turned left on him after he got walled, but I don't think it was that. You can see the wheel was turned to the right. And this is Colton Ward. Oh. Just made the wrong choice on where to go.
Yeah, picked the hole, stuck with the hole, and the hole got tight.
Tight holes, closing gaps, baby.
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back. Justin Melkar is the leader of the race, with Kevin Smith underneath him. Hey, that'd be pretty. What if Justin comes out here? You know, he's at work right now. He's told that to us pre-race.
Per usual.
He comes out here and win this race. First off, at work, but also a place where he himself has said, like, he knows what he's doing on the plate tracks, but not so much, or isn't as confident on other tracks. I'm just saying, he's leading the race, and we're going to restart 10 to go. So.
Yep. But he's got to watch out. Old Kevin Smith right there. The best tires right now out of the group that stayed out. Trying to see where the rest of the field stayed out at. Looks like from 13th back are on the new set of tires. So they have to see. Just basically a flip of what happened last caution. And yeah, Kevin Smith made his way up here. So look for some guys back there to maybe take advantage of them tires and try to work their way through the field here with. Looks like we're going to have 10 to go here at the line.
I'm also going to point someone else out. Last week's winner, Matt Albert, is right behind Kevin Smith. Lots of heavy hitters.
Big Al.
And then Juan Cobbs, baby. He's up there pushing
Juan
Melkar.
Cobbs.
Here we go. Melkar gets the launch on the top side. That's going to help Juan and Brian. Until Brian says he wants to split him, but okay, he's not going to. I thought he was about to split him. Look at the jump from Melkar. That's good for now. But the problem is he's going to have this pack of angry dogs coming after him. And he's got it at the moment. Smith and Albert. And Cobbs and Hennings and Rafison, Person, Mata, Henry Chavez. Lots of new names that we haven't really seen in this top 10 the whole race now sitting up here. You know, I mean, Cobbs, we talked about that. Rafison, Mata, Person. Where did Mark come from? He's been sitting in the back the whole time. Then Tyler Henry's been up here. Then Frank Chavez sitting in 10th right now. Good for him. As Kevin Smith just blitzed Justin Melkar on the bottom side of the racetrack. That's where that tire advantage just came into play for a big crash. Diego Burriel and Stanton and a couple others going around in the middle of the front straightaway. And, ooh. Okay, I thought we were about to have a bad one right there. We didn't. But Stanton and Burriel getting turned around right in the middle of the racetrack, and I think they really got away from it okay. Let's go back and see. Burriel was the first one to go around. Hey, what happened to Tyler Stevenson? He's all the way back here now. He's kind of right in the middle of all this. Stanton kind of coming up a little bit into Burriel, I think. Then Stevenson's there. It's going to sit back down, and luckily nobody else is going to hit him.
Yeah, just kind of what happened there. Looks like he just kind of came down a little bit. Or up. Well, let's see. From the 3 wide. Try to close the gap a little bit. He came up.
Yeah, Stanton's coming up. Burriel's holding his line right there. And that's just going to cause that one. Nothing Tyler Stevenson could really do throughout that. I mean, that's just... He's just there. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
I'm hoping those two didn't just pit either for new tires and have that happen to them.
I'm assuming that's what happened. If they were back there, they probably did.
Well, Stevenson was. And Stanton was involved in that last crash anyway, so he had to somehow pit for tires, I would imagine.
Let's see where Stevenson's at. Stevenson's in 14th. He pitted on 74, yep. So he definitely did pit for tires. Looks like all of them did, yeah. So yeah, those cars involved definitely had newer tires. And kind of just burned them up right there with that wreck. So I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe they got a little Goodyear rubber on them to get back up here, but probably not with 7 to go. Let's see what we got here. We got Kevin Smith out front, per usual. Justin Melichar. Oh, we got Decon. Decon's got the ice cream truck a little bit fixed here.
Cutting it back here to these guys that are pitting.
Oh.
I was seeing if it was anyone of note at the front of the field at the moment. Garber's still fixing damage, as well as Connolly. You see the damage he has on his car. Stanton, there he is, trying to fix up some damage. Aloysia still trying to fix. And then Jesse Dawson blinking out momentarily, but still trying to fix some left front damage, it appears that he has. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout. We're not on 1 to go yet, so it's going to be a 5-lap shootout to try and decide a winner of the race. And right now, Justin Melichar is at a significant disadvantage. We've already gone over that.
Yep.
Kevin Smith in front of him is now the control car of the race. Probably going to pick the bottom, I would imagine. I mean, we've seen the last few guys pick the top, and it seemed to work out well, but I'm not sure. Either way, Smith's going to get a jump because he's on the fresher tires, and he's going to pull on Melichar a little bit, but his problem is Matt Albert. You'll have to correct me on this, Trevor. Are they on the same strategy, him and Albert?
Albert's on. Who are we talking about? Albert and who?
Smith.
Yeah, Albert's on 61. Actually, he has the oldest tires out there right now. Kevin Smith on 68. Melichar is on 60. Brian Hem is on 68. So yeah, the rest of the field's on 68. And your guy with the newest set of tires right now would be Seth in the 11th position. Seth Heyman. So that would be from Heyman on back is who you have to look for to probably try to make a charge to the front here with. Possibly, it looks like we're going to get 5 to go at the line. So, yeah, it looks like Kevin Smith is in the catbird seat right now. He's definitely on the advantage.
What's Brian got behind him?
Brian Hennings. He's on the 68. Yeah, he's on the same thing with Kevin Smith. So, I don't know, man. This might be a little interesting. Let's see what old Brian Hennings can do out here.
Well,
I mean, put the moves on Kevin Smith.
You're right. So, this is what I'm looking for here. Let's say these last 5 laps, they go green. Obviously, the people with your advantage now are Smith and Hennings, and in theory are going to be the ones, I mean, as you see, they pick the top, so they should roll pretty well here. But what I want to keep an eye on is like what you just mentioned, Seth Heyman. Yes, he's in 11th. In 5 laps, can he get all the way to the lead? I think it's possible.
It's possible.
I really think that's a doable thing for him.
He better have an amazing turn 1, is all I'm saying.
He needs an amazing turn 1 and amazing. He needs to get by everybody with no trouble. And then figure it out from there. But we're going to find out after our 10th yellow flag here tonight between Smith, Melichar, Hennings, Albert, Rafeson, Cobbs, Henry, Person, Mata, Chavez, still the top 10. Into the restart box, launching up top. A little bit of wheel spin in both these lanes. Juan Cobbs did not get a good restart. Mark Person had to go around it. And we got one around in the back. It's Dawson. I think he's going to save that going through the infield grass. Smith pulling away. Melichar pulling away along with Albert and Hennings. That's very bad for Brian Hennings. That's very bad for him. And you know who else that was bad for was Seth Heyman. He restarted on that inside lane, and it just parked itself down there. And that's really going to compromise his chances.
Oh, Melichar is out here saying, he said, I got some tires left. I'm going to go ahead and try to send it on in there, too. Yes, he goes trying to get side by side with Kevin Smith, but that tire advantage, man, is a big difference, and he's going to roll out of 3 and 4 here, possibly extending the lead. Oh, Albert says, you thought he was going to cross him up. He did not. We got 4 cars battling for the lead going in here in the 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a breakaway right here. Jeremy Rafeson in 5th. He's there and is gaining a little bit on them, but at the moment it's just not exactly materializing. Hennings is going to take it to the bottom, and we got a big crash in the back. Massive crash. That is who we got here. That is the 107. That's going to be John Border and Frank Chavez. Man, I'm just shouting him out for a good run. And he's going to be involved in that, not Dawson, I think it was Stevenson, Tyler Stevenson. Another guy we saw leading a lot of laps tonight, and his night's done. He's going to have to tow that one away.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate.
It is. That was a very good run for Tyler. It needed one, and that's going to take him out here tonight. Let's take a look at what this was. Now, I mean, the back of this pack was just insane. There's your 4 wide. Oh, we're bump drafting in the corner, apparently.
Hey, I don't know. They always say take the run. He tried to take the run. But definitely just drove it in the back of him and didn't lift. Looks like. Maybe got loose. I mean, at the same time, we got under 4 to go. You got to go. And I get it. But just like that, as quick as it happened, as quick as it could be taken away. And definitely ended his night there. It's unfortunate, but definitely avoidable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of confused about that because it doesn't look like Chavez got loose or anything. I mean, I get Stevenson was probably on older tires considering the run he got on him, but driving through him ain't going to achieve anything.
Probably just trying to get him a good shot down the straightaway. It's a little too early. Definitely a offset type of push, especially being in the corner here. You could already see like the angle of his truck was already sideways and just kind of dipped on him a little bit. Hooked him up into the fence.
Yeah. I guess Chavez did get loose, but Stevenson did not lift once. He just kind of
a little beef there. I don't know. Could be a little beef issue. We don't know. Maybe. But definitely unfortunate. Took out a couple of good cars.
There you go. Ignore that real quick. Let's see. I'm trying to take this back to Chavez. Yeah, I mean, it started sliding on him a little bit, but it wasn't anything extreme. And then the innocent victim in all this, John Border, who was underneath it and just caught the brunt end of it. Well, hold on.
Excuse me? What's going on here? Did you get a little tight? Or I don't know.
Since I don't know what happened there, I'm gonna just simply not comment. Let's take it back up here. It's still the same guys we had here. Top 4 is the same, except this time is Jeremy Rafison in 5th. Great run for him, by the way. Person is back there in 6th. Henry Cobbs, Ward Heyman. Heyman did not get the restart he needed on those fresh tires. And it was nothing of his doing. It was the stack up in front of him, and he did a good job gaining a couple of those back before that yellow came out. But, see, you had to pass 10 cars in 5 laps. Now you got to pass 8 cars in 2 laps. So,
well, maybe this is what he wanted. He needed a little quick caution to get them caught back up. Give him a second chance, maybe. To send it on in here in the turn 1, hopefully. Let's see what he does here. He's got the best tires on track at the moment. And, yeah, he's got some work to do. But that also re-racked the entire field. They gave Mellicar a second chance. O'Brien Headings had a terrible restart. And that re-racked him here back in the 4th. So it's pretty much a virtual re-rack of what we just had on the last caution. So a second chance for some of these guys out here. But let's see if they take advantage. And let's see who gets us a little dub here. We got 3 to go, baby. Let's go ahead and finish this out green.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, still in the catbird seat is Kevin Smith, but I was looking at the chat, and Brian Hennings is in there talking about how he missed a shift on that restart, and that makes sense because I know Brian can restart like in this position. He does PGR races. He knows what he's doing, and something went wrong there. But here we go. See if he can time this up on Kevin Smith's bumper. I mean, I keep talking about this, but Veleke sure did hang on pretty well for what his tires are compared to these two. Smith with the jump, obviously, on the top side. They're stacking hard in the back. That might be another crash. Hopefully it won't be. But Smith now clear. Henning's trying to get clear. He's got Albert probably disposed of here out of this corner. Maybe not. Okay, Albert's going to clear Hennings. So now I think it's really Kevin Smith versus Veleke here.
Oh, Veleke with the move.
With the move down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Here he goes.
Come on, slide job, baby. Throw that slide job.
He's going to try to. He's going up. Oh, look at Albert going to cross him up. Oh, he turned him. Oh, he just turned Justin Veleke down pit road and the yellow flag's out.
Man. Oh, Veleke, you almost had the race of a freaking century, brother. Holy crap. He saved it, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, I know I say he turned him. Hold on. Netcode.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. You know, the best thing that iRacing has, just an absolutely incredible feature. Netcode. Gotta love it.
Well, hang on. Did Albert get a little tight there, too? Does that look like what happened?
Well, let's look.
Back it up just a little bit more?
Or, you know what? Yeah, let's do that first.
Let's see this incredible run, first off. That crossover that he had down there. That was pretty cool.
That was really nice move by Matt Albert. So, here he is. I'm surprised he kind of had the tire to do that. Oh.
Pushed up a little bit, but he's definitely did netcode there a little bit into Veleke.
Yeah, that the point of contact was no contact at all, is what that was. Yep. Gets him around. Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy, him pushing up the track, but still, that's that. That's bad.
I don't know if Albert gets a penalty there, maybe. Is that how that's going to
considering
work?
it was netcode, but here's the story with Albert. He's now the leader.
Oh.
He's the leader of the race. Before the he was scored as the leader before the yellow flag came out. That changes things here. So that's now put Kevin Smith into a little bit of an odd spot. Hey, shout out to Mark Person, by the way. Here he is in fourth. That great run for Mark just continuing here tonight. Rafison still sitting in fifth. Henry recovering back up to sixth. Cobbs still hanging in there after that poor restart a couple of restarts ago. Still with the top 10 spot, seventh. Reed, Ward, Winker. Colton Ward driving back up into ninth after all the problems he's had tonight. And then Kevin Winker. You know, we kind of he had some. We saw him leading earlier, had some issues, and now he's just now finally getting the chance to get his way back into the top 10. So that's our 12th caution. This is probably going to be our second green-white checkered, I'm assuming.
We are currently on, and I'll tell you right now, second green-white checkered. We got one more to go after this, if we get it.
So, yeah, we'll see if we can finish it this time around. They're going to take one to go here. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Okay, so Scott Kazan, I saw you say Trev said your name right earlier. Kazan, is that it? Okay, so that's it. Differences of the two tracks we had. Auto Club had one yellow. Michigan's on the 10th. Well, now the 12th. So, yeah, that's definitely true. Jamie Dobbs. That's right. Yeah, didn't see your name here tonight. Wish you could have got in here with us. Brian Hennings saying that he missed the shift and everything. Then you got old Evan and Joe in there. How about Yonder Huerta?
Yonder, sorry. I keep saying it in English.
And then
Yonder.
Mr. Kazan talking about wrecking the league owner. Yeah, that's
one way to do it, baby. Going for that win. 2 in a row he's trying to get.
Yeah, 2 in a row. Again, he didn't cross the line first last week. You know, when we went off the air last week, as far as we know, Connor Leach won that race. And then he did, technically, cross the line first, but he received a penalty. That's why he's not here tonight. His name's on the leaderboard, yes, but he's not racing. He got banned for a week for something that it was found that he did to Mr. Corey Wright on lap number 3 last week. Jaden Baxley saying, Kevin Allen on top. Where's old Kevin at? Where's he at? I saw him earlier. He stayed out on old tires. Oh, where is he?
Trevin
I just
Allen's
saw him.
in 12th right now.
Good run for him so far. Here we go. Pace car is going to be rolling in this time. For now, Matt Alberts and Kevin Smith. Mark Person behind. That's someone else that knows how to restart a super speedway. And it's kind of the same sort of thing here. He's got to time this pretty well, get on the back bumper of Matt Albert, presuming he's going to go early in this box. As he does. And they're stacking huge in the back. Massive stack-ups. And they're going to get away from it okay for the moment. So Albert's well clear of Smith. Hennig's now battling for third. He's going to probably maintain that position around Mark Percy. He's going to, oh, yeah, he's going to go way up. He's going to go a little loose, I think, and throw a block on Mark. Mark says no, sir, and he's going to try and split him. Not really going to work out for him. They're just kind of letting a big crash in the back.
Wrecking. Oh,
yeah,
man.
There it is. Winker and Stanton again. Wasn't it them the first time around? Burriel, Reed, big hit into the inside wall. Glidewell's going to catch a piece. Caution number 13 here tonight. Yeah, very stark difference. Only two 2-mile racetracks have ever existed for NASCAR, or at least in the modern era. Michigan and Auto Club, and you couldn't have two extremely different races compared to the ones we've had so far this season in the span of 3 weeks. So this started around Stanton, I believe, wasn't it? Let's take a look.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you want to chime in on that one, Trev?
You got it.
I'm trying to remember. Was it these two that got into it earlier? Didn't Stanton turn Winker earlier in the race? Or was that somebody else? Or was it Burriel? That was Burriel. Sorry.
Burriel, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
no beef graphic for y'all. Just yet, at least.
Oh, man. Looks like...
Poor Brendan Reed, man. Nothing. Oh, and
man.
then the 75 getting into it also. That's Kelly Pointer.
Yeah. What a ARCA break? Question mark.
Let's take a look on board with Kevin Winker real quick, because
Maybe
perplexed.
trying to side draft. Got a little net code maybe.
Hey, Campbell Sport, Wisconsin. I know where that is. Shout out to Wisconsin. Yeah, that's not anything blatant.
I didn't think anybody lived in Wisconsin. Oh yeah.
They
Shout
do.
out to Wisconsin. The 2 people that live out there.
Sponsored by Muehlberger Custom. That's a very Wisconsin name too. That's cool. Brendan Reed, him and Burriel. I feel bad. They couldn't do anything about this. What we got? Hold on. I'm trying to find maybe a good view of Reed getting into this.
I've seen Mellicar split the middle going into 1 and 2, and then all this happened behind him. So, that's whatever. That's all the sounds people were making in those trucks right now. I'm just reiterating.
Yep.
Because I hear it first.
Well, there we go. That's a cool one. What we got here? Evan's asking for a big, beautiful Brian interview.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, right now, he kind of lost a little bit on that one. Maybe he'll get back up there. What else we got? Joe Huerta with whatever that is. Texas World Speedway. Yes, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. I saw something about that the other day. That was another, like, 2-mile range-ish track that NASCAR had. And I saw the video of them, like, aerial shots of it from, like, when it began and what it is now. And, you know, it was abandoned for 25 years or whatever, since 2000, whatever it was. And now it's, of course, just like a Walmart Supercenter or something like that. That's a side topic. I see someone down in the interview room. I think he wants to talk. Dylan Connolly, the boys in the booth, you got a copy?
Sure do.
I see you down there in the interview room. I figured you had something you wanted to talk about.
No, I'm just bored.
Bored?
I just talked about how I had 8 minutes of damage and it's all fixed now, and I had a set of tires left, so we're going to give them hell and either see the checkered flag or the infield care center.
Oh, well,
Hey, what flavor of ice cream do you have in your truck tonight?
This is cherry. This is cherry.
yeah, it was cherry.
That's
there
why
it
the
is.
cherry blossom is on the number. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's what
But yeah,
that
it's
big-
yeah. Oh my God, somebody's
Whoa.
turning right
Oh.
square to the wall. Holy cow!
That's a Jerby.
That's wild. Wow. Hey, that's a free spot. Hey, I'm in the top 15 now. But can I thank some people real quick?
Go ahead.
Thank Alpha Prime, Tom and Joe Martins and all them, and Alex Linney for painting all these beautiful trucks that I have. This truck is as fast as Xfinity wireless internet. It's really great. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch, on my Twitch. It's Decon on Twitch. Shameless plug, but we're going to give him hell, and we'll see how this goes. Appreciate y'all broadcasting, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll see what you can do here. Maybe you can get up there and make something happen.
There'll be something.
Here we go. Well, we're going to take it up the final restart right here. Albert, Smith, Person, Hennings, Henry, the top 5. Melicar's back in the top 10, by the way. That's kind of funny. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Albert with a good launch, but Smith timed that one pretty well down there this time. And it's not going to be that big of an advantage just yet for Matt Albert. He's still got it for the moment. Person still fighting hard on the outside as they head into turn number 1. Smith trying to generate a run.
Yeah, it looks like Smith is going to just try to run the piss out of it. That's all he can do. We got Justin. Oh, man, yeah, we got Persons out there on the outside trying to get a run out of the corner. Albert with a block there. That's exactly what he needs to do. Block him down into the corner. Take his line away. Go back up. Come back down. Block him. Going into 3 and 4. What a run. He's going to probably run him up here to the wall out of the corner and then block him back down the straightaway, Landon.
Here we go. White flag coming into the air here at Michigan International Speedway. Big block from Matt Albert on Kevin Smith. Brian Hennings, Tyler Henry in tow, now battling for 4th place. There it is on Mark Person. 3 wide for 2nd. Smith trying to make a move. It's not there for him just yet. He's going to take it back down to the bottom side of the racetrack, and he's going to get to that inside of Matt Albert, but Albert's going to have a little bit of momentum here using that outside lane. Smith not clear just yet. Let's take a look at it. Here it is. Side. Look at that. Door-to-door racing into turn number 3. Here goes Smith down to the bottom, driving it into the corner. They're dooring a little bit. Smith might have the advantage. Does he have it? He will. Smith clears him. Big crash in the back. Kevin Smith, Matt Albert taking it to the apron. Here we go. Is he going to be able to do something? No. Kevin Smith is going to win here at Michigan. His first win of the season. Beating Matt Albert in the final corner, a last lap pass. Great win for Kevin Smith. About time he got him one. We've seen him running up front of these things the whole time, this whole season, really. And this time he finally gets his due diligence here at Michigan International Speedway. Shout out to Tyler Henry. Great run for him in 4th place tonight. And Colton Ward, jeez.
Wow.
I mean, he was in 3 different crashes tonight, and he drives his truck all the way back up to 5th place. That just tells you what kind of a driver he is. Mark Person, falling back to 6th right there. Good run for McMillian coming back from a couple of crashes. He had 2 up in 7th. Kevin Allen. Hey, where's Jaden Baxley? There he is. There he is. Hey, your boy got 9th. Top 10 finish for him. There he is. Clint Mata coming through with the top 10. Our boy Decon right there coming home in 8th. Brian Hennings. Big, beautiful Brian. There you go, Evan. We're going to get a big, beautiful Brian interview here tonight, but we're going to watch Kevin Smith burn this thing down for a little bit as he is the victor here at Michigan. That was a pretty good finish. And it was,
Yeah,
I was going to say it was clean for the most part, but.
Last lap pass, can't be mad at that. Cleared him right out of the corner and did away with it. If that's not power, I don't know what to tell you. That was excellence at its point right there. He set him up perfectly. And I took it away from him. Unfortunate for Albert, but I mean, 2nd place is just as good. I hate finishing 2nd, so I know how you feel. But, hey, Kevin Smith with another dub out here, or with his first dub, I'm sorry, out here at Michigan, baby. Putting it in the winner's circle, that's right. Go ahead and burn it down in there, too, if you're listening. Let's get a little burnout action. No,
that victory
don't be
lane
like
is
everybody
huge.
else. Yeah, it is.
Look at it. That's the whole screen.
It's almost as big as big old beautiful Brian, from what we hear. Hell yeah.
Well, we're going to talk to him. Maybe you can ask him that something along. Maybe you make a question out of that. I don't know. Kevin Smith's your winner here tonight. Now, hey, look, I'm just saying. Matt Albert technically finished 2nd last week, too, but he still won. Maybe following the law of trends or whatever it is, maybe he'll win again. I don't think Kevin Smith intent wrecked anybody this week, but who knows? You never know. Maybe he'll get an EOL for something. I think he made a perfectly clean move right there to battle Matt Albert for the win. It was great, hard fought, but clean racing by that group of guys right there, those two, and it was really fun to see that. And it's going to be another battle to keep an eye out for the rest of the season, because we didn't really have Matt Albert to begin with the first couple races this year, and thought it was just going to be the Kevin Smith and Colton Ward show. Well, then Matt Albert showed up, and then you got Corey Wright showing up, putting it on pole, having some good runs, had some adversity here tonight. But when adversity does happen to those guys, like it did to Ward tonight, that's when you kind of get the point standings all opened up, and you never know what's going to happen. So we're looking at Kevin Smith here. Let's go ahead and go through these final results for you real quick here tonight. Obviously, Kevin Smith here, winner. Matt Albert coming home second. Brian Hennings with a podium here in the Midnight Racing Leagues, finishing third. Tyler Henry fourth. Colt Ward fifth. Mark Person sixth. Richard McMillian seventh. Decon in eighth. Kevin Allen ninth. And Clint Motto will be 10th. Behind that, we got Brent Garber in 11th. Frank Chavez 12th. Kevin Winker 13th. Seth Heyman 14th. John Border 15th. Juan Cobbs finishing 16th here tonight. Jesse Dawson 17th. Justin Melicar 18th. 19th place tonight will be J.D. Rashid. Nick Aloysia going to be starting off the drivers that were at least a lap down. In 20th, Ricky Henderson 21st. Jeremy Rafeson 22nd. Aaron Stanton 23rd. Diego Buriel 24th. Elijah Fisher will be 25th. Gordon Glidewell will be 26th. Brennan Reed 27th. Charlie Morgan 28th. Let's take this down to 29th real quick. Here we go. Tyler Stevenson. Tough break for him. Great race ran by him today. Poor finish to show for it, unfortunately. Kelly Pointer will be 30th. Courtney Hubbard 31st. Reginald Harris 32nd. Corey Jones 33rd. Connor Murphy 34th. Nick Bass 35th. Robert Wilhoit 36th. Corey Wright 37th. Braden Powers 38th here tonight. 39th will be Rudy Tancredi. Fortson Poston 40th. That's a great name.
Yes,
let me just point that out. That is an incredible name. Fortson Poston.
Whiskey Business Motorsports?
Whiskey Business Motorsports. Oh, yeah. Fortson, I know you had a bad run tonight. Come on back. I like your name. You got a good team name. Come on back. We got Shane Harr 41st. Really tough run for him tonight. It was one of our favorites that we were used to seeing up here. Ended up 41st tonight. Wayne Eastwood 42nd. And that is actually the last car that actually began the race here tonight. Connor Leach did not start the race. So, move this back up to your...
Landon, we need to discuss something, because I was listening to the race chat while you were going through here, and we got some beef.
Oh, we got
it between Decon and Mr. McMillian.
Ooh, I think Decon's been beefing with quite a few people. I think the Auto Club race was the only time he didn't have some beef. So what happened here? What are they beefing about? Is there like something we can look at, or?
I don't know. I think maybe something to do with the last lap, because they finished right in front and behind each other.
Well, let's bring.
And then also,
you know what? We're gonna do this real quick. Hold on. Decon, it's the boys again. Heard you got some beef with somebody.
Not really.
Oh, all right. I got lied to then.
Oh, well, who said that?
Trev.
Mr. McMillian said something to you, and we heard some beef. And then Mr. Garber. Oh no, that was something different. But yeah, Mr. McMillian was telling you off here in the chat. That's what we were wondering about.
Well, he's an idiot. He didn't look past the steering wheel on that last lap. So, I mean, I actually should thank him, because instead I was going to finish like 14th. Now I'm probably going to finish 7th. But, yeah, I told you something crazy was going to happen. But, I mean, I call a spade. But, I mean, he was complaining in chat after the race was over. Well, we were 4 wide racing for the win. And then goes back and looks at the replay and says, oh, yeah, well, I owned it. I drove through that guy. And I said, you really needed to look at the replay for that? And they cut the chat off in here. But yeah, just a great race. At no point outside of lap 1 was I in the top 10 till off of turn 4, staring at the checkered. But that was a good race. Appreciate Justin putting it on. Appreciate race control. I had a issue with the big wreck I was involved in, but I see it either way now. It is what it is. I mean, but yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I don't know where we're at next week, but can't wait to go there. Actually, let me look. I want to make sure I have that right. I think it's Kentucky, but yeah, this is fun. I've enjoyed all of this, and no, it's Las Vegas. Excuse me. But yeah, again, appreciate you guys putting on a great broadcast, and yeah, there's no beef. I mean, it's just stupidity. I have a beef with stupidity, but
little beef stew.
Yeah, a little beef stew. But yeah, that's it. So.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it'd be something like crazy. Hey, I have a question actually. So
I have an answer.
Last week we saw you after the race. I just remembered it for some reason. Get into it with Brian Hennings, at least on the racetrack. I don't know if that was just post race, whatever, or something actually happened.
Oh, you're talking about after the race?
Yes.
No, like I was looking up at the standings, see where I finished, and then I just I was just straight. There was no beef with that.
Yeah, okay.
I told him that like I was screaming in the chat like immediately. I was like, hey, that wasn't on purpose. That wasn't on purpose. But that was that was nothing. But and Justin said he really doesn't care what happens after the race because it's after the race. But I was like, if you go back and look at the replay, I was like basically screaming like, yeah, that was not intentional, and he was all good with it. So
Okay.
I don't start things. I finish them. So
Hell yeah, buddy.
Well, that's great. Well, it was a good recovery for you tonight, Decon. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
absolutely appreciate y'all. See you
Yes,
next
sir.
week.
All right, let's go ahead and top off these interviews. I'm going to do it with these flags in the background because it looks pretty cool. I'll bring up. What do we do? I'll talk to Kevin real quick. Here we go. Kevin Smith is the boys in booth. Do you have a copy?
What's up, guys?
Masterful race ran by you here today, with topped off with an amazing last lap pass on Matt Albert. Walk us through your race as a whole. You kind of played an odd strategy game at the beginning, where you pit early on the green flag cycle. It made you go a lap down. You drove your way back, got a good caution, and it gave you the track position the rest of the way.
Yeah, I just want to say every time I'm out in the lead, I feel like the last two races, everybody just does the opposite of what I do. Because I looked in my mirror and everybody was going down pit road. And then I went to the pits and everybody stayed out. So it's whatever. Everybody's working against me. That's fine. But no, it was a good race. I just needed green flag laps at the end. That's all I needed. I had the fresher tires and everything. I knew that. But we just kept having caution after caution, and even being in the lead, you get that jump on everybody on the restart, but the draft is just so good here that they already got me coming out of turn 2. So yeah, I just once Matt got out there on that last restart, I knew that as long as we kept green, I would just stay behind him and then try and pass him on the last lap, and we were actually able to get it done. So very proud of the team and everything, and yeah, it's a good race.
Yeah, it definitely was, especially towards the end of it. That last restart was really fun to watch with all the different tire strategies, and we knew you and Brian had the best tires out there, and no surprise you came home first and third here tonight. Matt did a great job holding it down in second. So your first win on the season, probably expected to maybe get one a little sooner than that, but at the end of the day, you got one here this week. How do you think this win, like, are you going to start racking them off one by one now every week, or how you feeling?
I don't know, man. I mean, Colton's really strong. Matt's really strong. Connor, I know he wasn't in this race, but he'll be strong throughout the season. So we got a lot of good guys up here in the top. So it's going to be hard to get another win. So I'm just thankful to be able to get this one off.
Well, that sounds good. Any thank yous or shout outs that you have to give out here tonight?
Yeah, just a shout out to my team, Richard McMillian and JD Rashid, and like I always say, everybody go out and get yourself a nice bowl of Captain Crunch.
There we go. Oh wait, hold on. I have something to ask. Do you recognize us from Atlanta Xfinity races, B Opens?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, good. I was just making sure you actually recognize us. Good runs in those too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on the win here tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, next up, Trev, I think you can take this one. We'll bring it up to Mr. Matt Albert real quick. There we go.
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to change that because as we transition into this, Mr. Canada himself. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, let me fix that real quick. So this is going to say Kevin Smith. Ignore it. We're putting the Canada flag up, but this is Matt Albert. Just ignore what it says right there.
Oh, Matt Albert, this is Trevin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Trev.
Oh, Big Al. Oh man, we thought you had it locked down up until that final quarter, man. Anything else you could have done to possibly get that dub?
First thing I want to do is publicly apologize to Justin. That was completely unintentional. I don't think it was entirely my fault, but I know that I definitely contributed a little bit to it, at least. Completely not intentional. I'm very sorry for that. That's not the kind of reputation I want to have. But to answer your question, I really kind of sold this race away by taking the middle in 1 and 2 on the last lap and giving him the chance to get a run on me. As I'm sure I know you guys pointed it out last week. You saw me in Phoenix. I was ripping the top every time up at Phoenix. And I love the top too much. I enjoy running the top too much. And I thought I thought that by running a little bit higher, I'd get enough momentum to hold off a run, and he just cut through. He diamonded it perfectly, and yeah, once he got to the bottom, it was over.
Yeah, he had about, I think when we did the math, about 8 or 9 lap better tires on you. So he probably did have a little bit better tires to rip it like that. But I mean, all in all, man, good race. I know you kind of got into there with Justin a little bit, but ultimately that kind of gave you the lead. So I mean, I can't be too mad at you for it because I ended up putting you in first place. So that gave you the advantage to at least try to get it done. You're not that kind of racer, you're just a stand-up guy, and we appreciate that around here. But yeah, man. Unfortunate because I hate finish second, so I know that you for sure hate finishing second. So other than that, man, good race tonight. You up front almost all night. We love seeing you up here, and you got any shout outs or anything you want to give out to people?
Yeah, I want to shout out my teammate Fortson, who got taken out on lap 10. I'd really love to be able to run a league race with him because I haven't been able to do that in quite a bit because of my change in working hours. So I'd really love to be able to race with him. So I hope he gets to run more than 10 laps next week.
Oh, Fortson. Yeah, we talked about him earlier. What a phenomenal name. That is a great name.
It's a great
Fortson.
name. I can't believe it's a real name, but it is.
Hey, man. Well, we appreciate you for coming out here tonight. We're probably going to see you next week. And yeah, man, hopefully we catch you back here in the top 3 interviews.
Yeah, I hope so. You don't think they're gonna DQ the winner again this week, will they?
Well,
no, as per trends go, you didn't. Sorry, Landon, go ahead.
we brought that up actually before we started the interviews, or like Matt finished second last week, but he still won. And I don't think Kevin Smith intent wrecked anybody this week, so I don't know what the likelihood is of that.
And I think you have to admit that you intent wreck somebody because I'm pretty sure that's what Connor did last week. So as long as you don't admit it, or if you got any beef, put it out there too. We'll gladly accept that.
Yep.
No, no beef. I don't want to cause any trouble. Considering the last time that I was here, I left on maybe not the best circumstances. So I'd like to be back. I'd like to be a good person, a good driver, and just enjoy my time here.
All right. Those are wise words from Matt Albert. Everybody, appreciate you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, well, next up, who are we going to bring up here? We know who we're going to bring up here. I hope Mr. Evan Carlbon's still in the chat because we got big, beautiful Brian up here in the booth, baby. Yes, sir. Third place finish here tonight. How you doing, Brian?
What's going on, fellas?
Well, it was a great race by you. You ran a good race last week, if I could talk. I don't recall exactly where you finished. I think it was top 10. Or it was 5th. Okay, top 5 finish for you. Well, this week, you got 2 spots better, and maybe next week you'll get 2 more spots better. That'd be great. But walk us through your race here tonight.
Yeah, I doubt that. I'm actually quite surprised at my P3 here, being able to talk to you guys in the booth. I usually hate Michigan. I just burn my tires up, and I just suck and can't do crap. But I don't know. I had the broadcast on minimized, listening to you guys and how you're describing how you should run, bottom in the beginning and then work your way up. I'm like, all right, and I just kept going with wherever the momentum was and was able to get by people and found myself near the front, and here we are talking to you guys.
Well, this isn't like a first-time interview, especially for us. It's nice to see one of us get up here and go to a normal racetrack and do really, really good. That's really cool to see that. But in terms of, I'm glad to see you out here running and presumably running for the championship. Are you doing that?
Well, I'm pissed. I missed the first 2 races. I was just too busy, and I am the one that helped VRX start a little sponsorship for this series. Justin seems like a good guy, but it's wouldn't mind trying to get myself a championship, but missing 2 races kind of sucks, and I'll be missing probably another 2 weeks from now. I'll be in Florida, so I'll be missing in 2 weeks. So we'll see how the season plays out. I'm just here to have fun.
You're in Florida, man. We need a meetup. Well, me and Trevor only he's 1 state above, and I'm 1 state above. Yeah, come on.
Cocoa Beach. It's going to be a somber trip,
Oh, never mind. Well,
Hey.
go ahead, Trevor.
I do have a question for you. All right, so
what up?
you've been referred to old big beautiful Brian from old Evan Carlbon. I have a question about that. So what is big? Why is it beautiful? And we already know your name is Brian. So
I
can
have
you
no idea
answer
where
that
they came
question?
up with that name. No clue whatsoever. It's funny you say that. I guess it can parlay into why I'm going to Florida. And I guess I'll ask politely. Um, I'm not little. I'm 6 foot, but all my friends growing up, dude, I'm old. You've even called me out for it. I'm 50. I would like to be referred to as Little B because
Little
I'm
B.
actually going to Little B because I'm actually going to Florida to, unfortunately, with the other younger brother of one of my very close friends growing up as we were kids. He was Big B. Big B passed in January, and we're gonna go spread his ashes. So I'd be like to be referred to as Little B instead of the big beautiful Brian because Big B is my other buddy Brian, and I can't take that name.
Well, I wish
fair.
Evan knew that beforehand.
Yeah, no fault of him. He has no clue, so it's all good.
All right,
yeah, I
well,
have no idea where
it's
they
Little
came up
B
with-
from now on. I'm
Yeah,
fine
we
with
all
that.
good, man.
Yeah, little
that's
beautiful
good.
Brian, Little B.
Little beautiful.
He was older. I'm the younger one, so he was always Big B amongst all of our friends because we were always together. So it was the Bryans. It was always Little B and Big B. So yeah.
I gotcha. Well, we hate to hear that. Hopefully that all can go well for you in a couple of weeks.
Thank
But next week, I guess you will
Where
be
are we,
racing
Vegas?
Vegas.
Where the hell are we?
Yes. Decon said it's Vegas, so I think it's
Yeah,
Vegas. So
Looking forward
that's
to that. I like
yeah.
Vegas.
That's kind of another sort of bread and butter track. Think you can contend for a win there?
I'll try. I do like coming out of 3 and 4. I've seen lots of people lose it out of 3 and 4. I think I'm getting better at that track at taking that. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
Oh, sounds good. Any thank you shout outs you like to give?
You guys for the broadcast. It was fun listening. This first time I actually ran a race. Didn't talk to anybody. I was just sitting here by myself. Wasn't in voice with anybody. Listening to you guys broadcast and race. That was fun. So I'll have to shout you guys out. Justin and everyone else involved with putting this league on. All my teammates at VRX, and you did comment on the paint job. That is for support for our core member Kevin Mulcahy. He owns Superior Performance as his own auto shop. It's over in South Carolina, I believe, and that's why I'm running this paint tonight to show my support and our support for Kevin. So shout out to Kevin.
Sounds good. Well, we appreciate you talking to us here tonight. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you again next week.
Right on, fellas. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was Brian Hennings, Little B. We'll call him from now on. I like that name. I do like that name.
Little B.
We'll stick with that one. But your winner tonight was Mr. Kevin Smith, and we shout out him for that. And I guess some final thoughts, Trev. We crashed a lot, but we had a great finish at the end.
Yeah, I do want to make a quick mention. Brent Garber said the 162 ruined his race twice.
Oh, beef?
2 weeks in a row, so there might be a little beef. He also stated there's going to be beef if it keeps up. So, a little beef action here in the chat. I would like to shout that out. But other than that, a lot of cautions tonight. Big track. Everybody's just trying to take runs, get the advantage, be out there, try to win this race. No fault to them. Definitely a great finish here towards the end. Did not expect that. Didn't see that coming. Decon with his fabulous ice cream trucks. I'm looking forward to see what next week's ice cream is going to be. And yeah, old Justin, man. Justin was up there too. He almost put the works on them boys with little old tires on there. He had a hell of a week this week. He's our PGR Light Series preseason winner this week. So definitely riding on the momentum. So I got to give him a little shout out. Oh, Little B out here representing PGR for us, so I got to shout him out and got to thank you, brother. We do this each and every week. I probably won't be here next week because I'm planning on getting intoxicated with my friends on his birthday. I'll be down in Brunswick, so it'll probably just be you lonely in the booth next week. So sorry, but not
You're
sorry.
gonna ditch me like that, all right?
I am. Yes,
all the
possibly
fun
for a
we've been
good time.
having together.
This is true, but you get to go to the high banks of Vegas. Maybe play some Sick Boy.
Vegas?
If anybody knows what that is, yeah, put that in the chat. Isn't that where we're going? Vegas next week?
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'm
yeah.
sorry, I thought you were talking about me tomorrow. I'm like, buddy, we're not racing in Vegas tomorrow.
No, you will be in Atlanta tomorrow.
I will be in Atlanta.
At the Atlanta, I'm just going to call it Atlanta Motor Speedway because it's not Eco Park or Echo Park or whatever they want to call it. We're not calling it that. That's not the name. It's Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, for what that's worth, I will be seeing you in 2 weeks? Probably?
Yes.
2 weeks?
For for the race that's in 2 weeks. I'm not sure.
Yes,
not
that
sure where it
race.
is. That race 2 Fridays from now, we will be here. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. It's always fun doing this league here tonight. Yeah, I could have been a little cleaner, but kind of maybe some growing pains. You know, then again, we had 42 cars here tonight, massive field, and really should have been 43 if Connor Leach was here. So, yeah, it was good. Shout out to Kevin Smith for winning the race. It was a great finish between him and Matt Albert and our guy Lil B up here, getting him a third, and then old Decon getting him an eighth. That's nice to see that. Also, some shout out, some guys that got good top 10s tonight. Like Kevin Allen, new name, Clint Modick, first top 10 of the season. Richard McMillian, first top 10. That's good news for those guys. Also, so tune in Monday night. We'll be back for the light series again. Still just another off-season race. I think the actual season 3 is going to be a little bit further off in the distance, probably towards the end of July or something, middle of July, something to that nature. So we'll still be doing some off-season races for that. Other than that, we'll be back next Friday here or I will be, I guess, next Friday for the Las Vegas race here in the Midnight Racing League. So we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Thanks for the support, and we will see y'all. You'll see me and Trev again Monday. You'll see me next week for the next chapter in this season of the Midnight League. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.